Hi, today I'm going to be showing you how I make my mozzarella cheese using goat milk. I have a gallon of milk from our goats that I'm going to process today. I'm going to use this to make my mozzarella cheese, and I'll tell you the ingredients. It's 1 gallon of raw milk. You can also use cow's milk. So that's 1 gallon of milk. You need citric acid, 1.5 teaspoons of citric acid. This you can find it at the grocery store. I think they have it where they have the canning supplies. And I'm gonna use rennet for this cheese. I need only 1/4 of a teaspoon of rennet for 1 gallon of milk. We get this at there is a homestead store in a town close to where we live. That's where we get it, but you can also get it online. If you don't find it locally, and it takes very little of it to make cheese, so this will last a long time. I think we paid $10.99 for it, and I have had it for a year now. So that's what we need, and also we need water and 2 different containers. I need 1 cup of water to dissolve the citric acid, and 1/4 of a cup of water to dissolve the rennet. And also, I'm gonna also show you the utensils you're gonna need. I have my pot here. This is a shallow pot. I'm using this so you can see inside, so you can see what I'm doing. Just make sure the pot is big enough to feed the milk that you're using, and leave you room for stirring. And also need my measuring spoons, my cheese thermometer, and this spoon, little spoon, this kind of spoon to stir it. I'm gonna need a strainer for straining the whey out of the curd, and here, and a curd knife or a cheese knife. You can also use regular knife. Just make sure it's long enough to reach the bottom of your pot, because you're gonna use this to cut the curds. Okay, so now I'm gonna mix my ingredients. So make some room here. First, I'm gonna dissolve my citric acid. I need a 1.5 teaspoons. 1 teaspoon. And 1 teaspoon. So make sure you can see. So I'm gonna stir it good. If this all dissolves and looks clear. Okay, now that it's nice and dissolved, I'm gonna pour in my pot. Here, just add it there. And now to this pot with the citric acid, I'm gonna add my milk. Make sure you shake it up, because it's been sitting for 2 days in the refrigerator, and make sure you get all the cream out. Just gonna add my milk to the citric acid. Okay, that's 1 gallon of milk, and I'm gonna stir it. Make sure the citric acid mixes well with the milk. This is to acidify the milk, so the rennet works, and that's what it's supposed to do. Okay, let it so well mixed in. I'm gonna put it in the fire. And I'm heating up the milk until it reaches 90 degrees. I have my cheese thermometer here. I'm not gonna insert it in the pot because that pot is kind of shallow, so and this is too long, so I'm just gonna set it here and keep an eye on the milk, and I'll bring you back when it reaches 90 degrees. Okay, my milk is to 90 degrees now, so I'm going to. It doesn't have to be exactly at 90 degrees. 95 up to 100 degrees is fine. So now I need to get my rennet ready to add it to the milk. So you can see here. So I have 1 gallon of milk, and I'm gonna use 1/4 of a teaspoon of rennet. So as you can see, it's just a very tiny amount. So that little bottle is just $10. It will last you for a long time. Okay, so now I'm going to add my rennet to the milk. Again, just pour over the spoon. Actually, now that I add it, I remove it from the fire. Should I get it all? Yeah. Okay, now you have to make sure you stir it well, so all the milk mixes in, and you can even go like up and down motions. Make sure you get the bottom of the pot, the milk. Okay, now once you feel like it's well mixed in, well incorporated, we're gonna put the lid on and let it rest for 5 minutes to let the curds form. Okay, that should be good enough. Okay, now I'm gonna let it sit here for 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes have passed, and I'm gonna check to see if our curds formed. If our milk is, they're ready to cut. Just take out the lid. Now you're gonna use your knife. So see, you can see. See, this feels like almost like gelatin. It is all nice and hard. So now I'm gonna cut them. It's supposed to cut them to about 1 inch thick, because they're, of course, they don't have to be perfect. They're not gonna be even, but just we don't want too big chunks or too small. Just about 1 inch. I'm just gonna cut them this way first. You can see. Okay, now I'm gonna cut across. Okay, and now that I cut them from the top, I cut all the way to the bottom. Now I'm gonna use my ladle spoon to cut the bottom part of it. Just bring it like this, just go back and forth all the way to the bottom of the pot, back and forth to cut the curds from underneath. Just gently. It should look like this. Okay, now that they're cut, I'm gonna return it back to the fire and bring them up to 105 degrees. And as a way for them to reach it's not gonna take as long as when I first put it in out of the refrigerator, but because the milk is already warm, so it won't take long to reach 105 degrees. And you can gently stir it. I have a very hot fire going, so I don't want the bottom to stick and burn. I'm gonna check my temperature to see how hot it is right now. Yep. It's almost there. Okay. It is 105 degrees. So now it says to stir the curds gently for about 2 minutes. And that way you can check also if there is any big chunks that need to be cut smaller. So I don't know if you can appreciate it's already kind of forming the cheese, melting together. So they're fusing together already. So cutting it into smaller pieces and stirring a little bit, it helps to expel some of the extra weight. I heard that if you want a softer mozzarella cheese, don't stir it too much. If you want a harder mozzarella cheese, you can stir it more frequently. Because that helps. Okay. Looks like this is ready to be strained. The curds are nice and stretchy a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna get my strainer. And for these, you don't need a cheesecloth because the curds are so big and stretchy, so you don't. I'm just trying to strain some of the way. You don't need to worry about little curds of cheese going to this hole. So all you need is this colander strainer. Just gonna pass them from here to my I think I got everything. Got all the curds. Just a little piece more. Okay, now I'm going to return my whey back to the fire to bring it up to 150 degrees or so. Just gonna put it back there, and while that one heats up, I'm gonna squish some of the extra whey from the curds. You can see. Yeah. Okay. See. Come on. Just press it down with the spoon and get some of the extra. It's almost all out. Okay, so it's probably good enough. I'm gonna probably need to eat some, probably need to add some more wood to my stove so it heats up my milk quickly. Use some of this nice board. Probably enough. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the temperature. Okay, it's about 120 degrees. And while that reaches to 150, I'm gonna go and get my salt because I forgot to get it. Okay, my milk is, well, excuse me, the whey is warm enough. It's about 150 degrees. Just gonna pull it here through the edge so it's easier for me to reach. And I have some water here warming up to wash my hands because I've been rubbing the wood and stuff. So now we're gonna do the last part of this cheese, which is heating up the curds so it gets stretchy. Kind of, see, I squished most of the way out. Okay, I'm gonna submerge it in my hot whey. See if you can see that. So to heat it up on the hot milk, and this is very hot. I saw that some people wear some gloves with it if you because it's gonna be hot. But you need to keep it hot so it kind of melts and gets stretchy. So leave it for a few seconds until it's hit. Now we're gonna start stretching it. You see how it still breaks easy? It's not ready, so we'll put it back again on the hot whey. Leave it for a few more seconds. It's getting stretchier. So just stretch it and fold it. Stretch it and fold it. So it's almost easy. So just probably one more time. Just make it here for. And to this, I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of salt. Okay, so get it out. Just gonna put it here in my strainer for a little bit to add the salt. Just based on the salt is to taste. I added this much salt the first time I made it and it was good, so I'm adding this. I still have to dip it in the way one more time, so there's a little bit of the salt might be rinsed off. Just mix it in, kind of fold it until the salt is all mixed in. Okay, I mixed in the salt. Now we're gonna dip it one more time. Just leave it there for a few seconds. I'm gonna go and get a bowl of cold water. Some people dip it in ice water, so when you make the bowl, you dip it in the submerge it in the ice water, and that will help to keep the shape of the cheese, the bowl. I don't have ice water, but I have very cold water from the spring. Let me go and get it. Okay. Hello.
Do I need change?
Yes, please.
Oh.
So this is
What,
about.
everything?
Yes, please. So this is how it should look. Mommy's making the video. Go and change. We're going to church, so they need to get ready. So this, it's ready. See? Nice and stretchy. It doesn't break. It looks nice, smooth and shiny. And this is mozzarella cheese. Just gonna make my bowl. Yep. Just so you can see what I'm doing. Just form the bowl. This will store in the refrigerator for 1 week. Of course, with us it won't last that long. And that's it, mozzarella cheese. And I'm gonna dip it in my cold water that I have here, just to cool it down so it doesn't, so it keeps the shape a little. See? Like I said, it's not ice water, but it's cold water. Just keep it, and that cools it down quick, so it helps to keep the bowl shape. If you want to store it like that, just wrap it. When you store it, wrap it in a plastic wrapper in a Ziploc bag, or even better, in a glass container with the lid. Just keep it there in the refrigerator. It also, they say it also freezes good. So this is, and like I said, salt is to taste. And I'm gonna try it. My son is here. He probably wants to try it. It looks like he wants to.
Yes.
Try it and see what it is. What does it taste like? It doesn't taste like goat cheese, right? Like goat milk.
It tastes like store-bought.
Yep, exactly like it. Does not have that goaty flavor. I don't mind it. I like goat milk, but some people don't. Well, that's how you make mozzarella cheese. So excited. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy.